Thank you, Devin. Springtime is also great for starting your gardens, and the Rhinelander Brewing Company is also getting in the growing spirit thanks to Josh Waldschmidt here. He is installing some hydroponics in the brewery. That's some exciting stuff there. So
do you want to tell us just a bit about what a hydroponic system even is?
Yeah, for sure. So a hydroponic system is a system that you can grow plants without soil. So essentially you put the nutrients inside of water and then it runs on a pump system, and through that pump system the nutrients get delivered to the plants.
that is a wild way of growing things, a lot less dirty than I'd imagine, but it smells great. When you came in, you were breaking up some of the freshly grown plants from your hydroponic system at the brewery in town, and it smells like springtime, which is nice. So let's go. How does this system of growing how did you come across growing it in a brewery?
So it all began with my friend Cologino last year, actually. He was on the show here. He came up with the idea. The brewer and I ran with it this winter when we had some downtime, so we were like, oh, this would be really cool to put into gear kind of thing. So that's kind of how the system began, and then we played around a little bit with it, and it got it to work really well. So,
how long did it take to kind of get it building and kind of get going?
Yeah, so it probably took us about a month and a half, 2 months actually.
Yeah, because that looks like a pretty intricate system of back and forth piping all along the windowsill there.
Yeah, we had to definitely use the level. There were some times that the water would backfill, which was not really.
Probably not ideal.
Yeah.
But it's turned out very well. It looks like the plants are even growing as well, and we're going to be tasting some of them today, mixed, and that's kind of the collaboration here. Yeah. It's between the hydroponic system, so getting a little bit of freshness into the Rhinelander Brewing Company beverages.
Yeah, for sure. So what we have with us is some pineapple sage with their Love Drunk, which is their seltzer, and then we have the Ahoy Dag with the pineapple sage as well.
So very interesting. Now, is this going to be available for people when they come into the Rhinelander Brewing Company? They can just come on and snap off a couple leaves and put it with their drinks?
Yeah, right now it's a work in progress.
Obviously, you got the prototype going, and it's clearly looking like it's working.
Is this one the seltzer?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's see.
Goodness. Pineapple sage, you say?
Correct, yes.
That's pretty
crisp.
good.
And again, as soon as you were into the studio and he was cracking these leaves, you could smell it. It smelled like a garden, because my dad has a greenhouse as well, and it's a very, very familiar smell.
We got one of the leaves.
Yes.
We made him save one so we can show everyone.
And for people looking to get into hydroponics themselves, perhaps, is it something that a hobbyist can do at home?
Yes, it would take probably a little bit more time. I have a background in growing plants, so it was a little bit easier for my creative mind to think of it. But if they want any assistance, you can contact me.
Is it easier if they have some type of background knowledge of plants or science or anything, or do you think someone like me who is terrible at science and that type of stuff could get on it? Yeah,
for sure. So I would say the UW system actually has some really good resources online, so you can look online. There's a lot of hydroponic websites that you can look for nutrients and things like that as well.
Well, fantastic. And so what's your goal here? What's the inspiration, the end goal of this collaboration?
So my goal would be to be able to use these in the brews as a whole, like as a big brew. But that takes a lot of time and a lot of plans for how many kegs that they come out with.
Absolutely. Well, I think you're off to a great start. It was just a hunch, just a winter hobby, and it's turning into some plant. It's really growing into something. I love the puns. But all right. Thanks for coming in, Josh. And for people looking and curious to see how this hydroponic system works, you can go to the Rhinelander Brewery Company in Rhinelander, downtown Rhinelander, and check it out yourselves. And the technician here, Josh Waldschmidt, getting the plants to grow. Thanks for coming on in.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Time to leaf this interview, because coming up we have what's trending, including the